welcome to the show after the show, which I have to say is my favorite part, because we'll get to ask anything and you have to answer us. So girls, I wanted to ask you more about something that you might be wanting to work on as you get older. Are you thinking you want to continue to do these movies as you get bigger? Be an actress one day maybe? Or a writer, director?
Well, for me, I want to be a teacher when I grow up, but I only really want to do this until I get like really old and might have different interests.
And you are teaching. You're teaching a little bit through your videos, right? In terms of talking to other kids. How about you, Addie?
I want to be an illustrator.
What are you going to illustrate? You're going to make, do you draw now?
Sometimes.
Yeah? What do you like to draw?
Valentine's Day pictures.
That's great. That's awesome.
You could design Valentine's Day cards.
What are you whispering? Valentine's Day cards?
Yes.
Yes, that's great.
You can design Valentine's Day cards. Yeah.
Bob, what's next for you guys and for the YouTube channel?
We have more candy reviews, and but our biggest project we're working on is called Kid Superheroes. We were out costume shopping just the other day. I'm doing a little bit of preliminary location scouting. So Kid Superheroes, it's kind of, because we haven't done a real movie in a while, so we want to, you know, we don't want to forget our roots and get carried away with just doing the candy reviews and the zombie girl stuff, which is fun, and it gives us content on a regular basis. But I really like doing something big and cinematic every once in a while.
Oh, awesome. And how long do those take? Those take the longest?
They can take a few months. This one, I think hopefully I've learned enough from some of my mistakes in the past that, you know, I'm trying to be a lot more organized about this one. I made like a shot list to go with my script this time, and you know, just obviously when you're trying to raise two girls, time is always at a premium, and so I'm trying to schedule things a little more just to force me to do it instead of just, well, when I get the time I'll do it, because it'll never happen if I just do it that way.
Let's talk about your background in terms of always wanting to write and movies and all that kind of stuff that started to like the very first time after you realized that putting the invitation online was something that was interesting, where you said, oh, I have so many more ideas and these are things I want to write?
Yeah, I mean, I've come from a very large family, so I'm kind of used to having a built-in audience, and I think most of my siblings would agree that we're used to talking in front of people, so we're kind of unembarrassable. So I've always put myself in
49 million people now.
Exactly.
60 million.
So I've seemed to always find myself doing things, you know, with creative outlets where there might be an audience, whether it was school play or stage crew, things like that, and yeah, just making the videos with the girls, and they're really, I mean, I'm a proud father, and I just love sharing them with the world. It's kind of like home movies gone wild, or you know, but they really also just inspire me because they have a lot of ideas of their own. They're very imaginative. They see the world in such a interesting way that you know, it really is. It's a great thing. You know.
I mean, that's what I love about when you're doing these projects together, being able to see each other in that light, because you're working collaboratively, and the self-esteem, right, that the kids will have from being able to have that kind of attention and listening to your ideas, right? I love that. When someone's going to listen to what you have to say about some, you know, an idea that you have, right? With the zombie girl, you'll write something in the tub, and then you'll say, "Let's do this one."
Yeah.
Are you going to do one, Addie, do you think? Do you have an idea that's brewing that you want to write about or illustrate about? Super zombie sister? No? What other things do you guys do after school? Do you do ballet or gymnastics or anything like that?
We do Girl Scouts and soccer.
I was a Girl Scout all the way up until you couldn't be a Girl Scout anymore. I loved it. Do you sell cookies?
Yes.
And soccer, do you do that as well, Addie? Play soccer?
Yes.
You do? Oh, that's so many things.
How do you guys come up with your ideas for like your shows?
Well, sometimes we'll get ideas from Mommy. Sometimes Daddy will have something he really wants in a video, and we might be able to add something else or change something or help come up with a title if Daddy can't find a title for it.
Yeah, we collaborate together. A lot of these ideas, they kind of ferment for a while.
Do you ever come home from school and you're so mad about something and you have to write about it?
No.
Me
All the
either.
time.
I have a question for Bob. I have 2 young girls as well, and I'm always wary about what I put out on the web about them just because there are some unsavory characters out there.
Right.
Do you worry at all about the exposure that you're creating for them or about them at such a young age?
Yeah, I try to be careful about it. I avoid having, like, identifying things in the background, logos, stuff like that. There's been certain things I've had to, pull away from, and particularly when they're wearing their uniforms, stuff like that. And but I mean, really, kids these days, they spend most of their time under some type of surveillance. We don't have really the freedom that we had when we were kids, where you just kind of went out and roamed the neighborhood alone. Realistically, yeah, there is a fear that some of the exposure, the wrong person could be on the other end. But on the other hand, I mean, it's no different really in some ways than the way the old world worked, where you would be out in public and a stranger, could be there as well. This does kind of, I guess, expand the audience of strangers potentially, but unless they can really find a way to connect it directly to, where they're located, and the kids are ever left alone, which not these days, and many kids really are. Like I said, it's a concern. It's not a constant worry, though.
Thank you. If there's one thing that you wanted dads and moms to take away from the show tonight, what would that be?
I'd say just if you have an idea, there's always going to be that little voice in your head that says, no, there's too many problems. Just ignore that voice. If you have an idea, just go with it. Make things happen, because I mean, we have power to make a lot of things happen, and we're really good at ignoring that power, but I always say just go for it.